You matter. Your story matters. You should share your story. I'm going to share with you some thoughts that I wish somebody would have shared with me 8 years ago. Actually, somebody probably did try to share some of these things with me back 8 years ago when I started doing video creation on YouTube, but I probably wasn't listening. So brand new creators, listen up. Starting to rain. I was sharing in conversation online with a new friend. Someone who has a small channel but is very focused and very dedicated and has a wonderful message. His name is Jeff Barch. If you're a brand new creator, it would be really cool for you to go check out his channel at Story Greenlight. He has a lot of advice about storytelling and some tips and tricks about doing some of the editing. He is a professional video TV editor. He asked me this question online, which was, can you share some of your top frustrations with being a video creator? Yeah, there's a lot of frustrations with being a video creator, especially someone who's just brand new on YouTube, and it's this great big world on YouTube that has so many things to learn. Not only sharing your story, telling your story, video hardware, video editing, YouTube statistics, all of the different things that people want to talk about how to grow your channel, how to do this, how to do that. It just ends up being a little bit overwhelming. First, I want to back way up and go right to the very core of this subject, and that is that every person has a story, and every story matters. You matter. Your story matters. What you have to share with the world matters. You may think that it doesn't. Maybe there's some fear involved or some insecurities involved, but I promise you, if you're passionate about a subject, so is someone else. Share your story. Let someone share in that with you. You will find that the community that grows around your passion and your story is very encouraging and supportive. Well, there's Fiona. Hey Fiona, your story matters too. Now that we got that out of the way, the fact that your story matters and you really do need to tell your story, let's talk about some of the hang-ups, some of the things that are roadblocks, things that may stop you from being able to feel like you can share your story. Number one is time. Man, I never felt like I had enough time to share my story, to do the video. By the way, if you are a creator, you understand this, but if you're just someone that is thinking about it, one thing that you may not understand, sharing your story by video on YouTube or any other platform can take a lot of time. There's planning, setting up, shooting, sorting through all the video that you captured, editing, uploading, filling in the descriptions and titles, making your thumbnail, and then making it public. And that's not the end of it. When it's all done, you have to foster community. People want to interact with your videos, even if it's a small handful of people. Every comment matters. Well, some of them aren't very nice, but you learn to get over that. So time really is an issue. Many of you are probably similar in situation to me. You have something going on that takes a lot of your time, like a job. I still have a full-time job. I commute to work, do my job, and come home, and that takes about 10 hours out of my day. Then when I come home, I'm a husband and a father. I have a special needs son. I have a small farm with lots of responsibilities, animals. Yeah, time can be very limited. So how do you create and produce a video when you don't have time? Well, the thing is, most people, in most cases, if you want something, you'll find time for it. Over the last 8 years as I've been creating on YouTube, it has been very difficult for me to find time, but I still have found time. When I go out onto the farm or the garden, I take my camera. Sometimes it's just my cell phone, and I record what I'm doing. I talk to the camera. I interact with the camera as if there's an audience there with me. Not always very well, but I do it. So all through this journey, this 8-year journey for me on YouTube, finding time to do the video creation has been extremely difficult. But it's something I really wanted to do. So in the evenings and on weekends, I made it happen. I found time. I gave up going out, with friends, going out to eat, I gave up TV. I haven't watched TV in a long time, actually. The point is, if you want something, you'll find time for it. Point number 2. I have some fears, some insecurities. In some of my previous videos, I talked about the insecurities of feeling like I wasn't good enough. I still feel like I'm not good enough. Somebody else is always better than you. It's true. It's okay. Because you don't have to be the best. You just have to share your story because no one else has your story. Nobody else can do you like you. I would suggest that you're the best you that there ever has been and ever will be. So share your story. Let some of that fear go. You know, some people would say that, well, talking to the camera is very awkward. Yep, sometimes it is. But consider that through that lens right there are people. There's people that are interested in what you have to say. So talk to them. Like right now, I'm outside all alone under the carport here in front of my log cabin on my farm talking into a camera. But for me, right at this very moment, I'm not talking just to my camera. I'm talking to you. Yeah, right through there. I can see you. I can see your comments. Some of you I've met in person. I can even see your faces. I'm talking to you. So this is how you really should approach your video creation. When you're sharing your story, let the fear of public speaking, by the way, I really hate public speaking. Let the fear of public speaking or the awkwardness of talking to a piece of equipment, let it go. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be you sharing your story. So I would suggest that number 2, fear, is something that you can learn to let go of. It actually took me a really long time to learn that, and I'm still developing the skill and the ability to let some of those things go so that I can do what I want to do to share with you guys. Point number 3. I actually did take notes, and I sent these notes to Jeff in response to his questioning me about my frustrations of being a video creator. So point number 3 is skill. Like, how do you run a camera? How do you best capture a shot? How do you put that into a video editing program? Which video editor should you even use? And once you get it into the editing program, how do you cut and splice and add titles and all those things that you need to do to make a video? Some of that can be very overwhelming, intimidating, and just downright scary. I'd like to share with you something I call the 3 T's. If you can learn to be comfortable with the 3 T's, you can make a video for YouTube. You can make a video to share your story for any platform. The 3 T's, according to me, and I'm just barely above amateur for video creation, the 3 T's are, for me, trimming, transitions, and titles. If you can learn how to put video into an editing program and learn how to trim it, cut it, take some of that junk, some of the wasted video out, put things together, and transition the little clips. Sometimes that means just straight one clip to the next, but there are also some cool transitions like this. And then the last thing, the last T, is titles. Just learn how to put text on the screen. Sometimes it's fancy, sometimes it's just text. That's okay. Trimming, transition, and titles. Learn those 3 simple things, and you can have the foundation for creating a YouTube video. So the skills, it takes time. Dig in on YouTube, find some tutorials for the video editor that you're going to use, and just learn how to do those things. Now, you really should learn how to put audio in there as well. Quite honestly, I still really stink at doing audio. I avoid using it simply because I'm not very good at it. But it does make a video much better when there's music, when there's some sort of emotional music to create a mood in your video. So learn how to do that too. I'm still working on that. We talked about time, not having enough, finding time. We talked about fear, letting things go, stepping out of your comfort zone, and just taking care of business. We also talked about skills, learning those things that you need to actually produce a YouTube video. Number 4 for me, as far as the frustrating things about creating YouTube videos or sharing my story online, is having a clear understanding of the value that I bring to the community. You hear that airplane overhead? Those are some of the frustrating things that I had to deal with early on in my YouTube experience, was dealing with those imperfections, the background noises, me messing up, sharing in a way that I just got so frustrated. Now I just learn to deal with it. Sometimes I let it roll in the background. Sometimes I stop the video, take a breath, pause, and then get back to it. Having a clear understanding of the value that you bring to the community, having a clear understanding of the value that you bring to the community can be something that is not only frustrating, but very elusive for some of us. Like if we truly do have a fear and we have insecurities about not being good enough, it's really easy. It's really easy to believe that we don't have that much value, even though we want to share our story. Well, you do have value, and I can't tell you how to find that value for yourself, but just know this: when you start sharing your passion and people start communicating back with you, saying things like, wow, you helped me do something new. You opened my eyes to something that I just didn't know that I could do, or I didn't understand. Or it can be so much more emotional, like someone sharing with you that I watch you because I don't have a father or a grandfather or someone significant in my life to help me guide me through these things. Those are the things that encourage me. Over time, that has encouraged me to keep going. Even if I don't fully understand what value I bring, what value I have, and what I can offer the community, because sometimes that's still a little muddy for me. Those things that people share with me in the comments and private messages, that's what keep me going. So I say, share your story. Always be thinking about what value you can deliver to the community. What are your passions? What do you know that maybe someone else doesn't? It doesn't matter if you're the best. In fact, I remember Justin Rhodes at one point saying that in order to be an expert, you don't have to know the most. You just have to know more than most. And chances are, if you're passionate about a subject, you know more than most people about that subject. There will always be someone that knows more than you. So you can just let them be the expert, but you be you, share your story, and your value is that you know something that someone else doesn't. You can share your journey, your story, and someone else can just gain or gather encouragement from your stories. Some of you have a really cool thing going where you share a daily vlog. Your vlog, a video log, is really just you sharing your day, and someone else might not have the same opportunities that you do, where you might have the opportunity to go and walk on a beach or a boardwalk or ski down a slope or something really adventurous and cool. Well, there's lots of people who don't get that. They don't understand what that life is like. So you can bring into their life a little bit of fantasy or just a dreamy moment where they watch a video and live through you. That's valuable. What you do on a daily basis might be what somebody else dreams of. That's the 4 things that I wanted to share with you today. And Jeff, thank you for asking me that question. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share that with you so that you can develop your... Ducks are talking to me in the background. Sometimes it's really difficult to talk over the ducks. Jeff, I truly do hope that as you develop your course in sharing with people about how to do video creation and share their story, that a little bit of what I've said helps someone else. Thank you for that opportunity. And for you new creators, just get out there and do it. Take your cell phone or other video equipment, whatever you plan on using, and get comfortable in front of the camera so that we can be encouraged, be educated by you. This video today was a little different for me. I don't normally shoot this type of talking into the camera and sharing my thoughts and feelings and encouraging people directly like that. But over the last week, several people in my real life, and then including Jeff Barch online asking questions about me being a video creator and what's frustrating to me. And just having those conversations has made me feel like perhaps it's time for me to just look in the camera and talk to you guys and share some of those thoughts and feelings. I hope that you got a little something out of it. If you would like to encourage me, and trust me, every positive comment down below does encourage me, please do take the time to type that comment down below. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell icon beside it so that you can be notified of new videos when they come out. Well, that's enough for today. I really do believe I've rambled on plenty. Thank you for being a part of the community that has encouraged me for 8 years. Almost 8 years. In December of 2018, it will be 8 years that I've been on YouTube producing just my story, my journey, and it truly has been a blast. Some very hard, frustrating moments, but a blast. Okay, I'm done. I'll talk to you soon.